Injuries happen before you have time to make sense of it or even be aware of the danger. Maybe it happens on the farm, or maybe a truck or farm vehicle hits you on a rural road. Maybe your equipment fails, and then the calls start. An insurance adjuster wants a recorded statement. The hospital wants to know how you're going to pay for those medical bills, and you're trying to figure out who's going to do the chores while you are hurt. At the same time, you're dealing with pain, medical appointments, and an insurance claim process that probably seems way more complicated than it needs to be. If you're looking for a Wausau Farm Accident Lawyer after a serious farming accident or farm injury in Marathon County or central Wisconsin, there are a few things you should know before you start dealing with the insurance company. Wisconsin personal injury claims can involve important insurance issues such as auto accident laws, premises liability rules, evidence that can disappear quickly, and legal deadlines that can affect your rights. I'm Craig Steger. I'm a farm accident attorney with more than 20 years of experience handling serious injury cases, including trials against big insurance companies. I'm also a licensed commercial truck driver and former farm kid. Here are 3 things you need to know after a Wausau farm accident injury. First, be careful about giving a recorded statement before you speak with a lawyer. An insurance adjuster will probably tell you this is routine and that you don't have a choice. Maybe they'll try to tell you that they want your side of the story. But shortly after a serious accident, you may still be in pain or on medication, recovering from surgery. You may be exhausted or confused, and you may be still trying to figure out exactly what happened. You probably don't know the full extent of your injuries yet, and your doctors may not either. You may not know if there are witnesses or what they saw, or whether there was dash cam footage or other video that captured some or all of what happened. You may not know whether there was a maintenance problem or a recall which contributed to the crash. If a commercial truck was involved, you may not know whether there was an hours of service violation, an overloaded vehicle, or some other safety issue. And you may not know whose insurance company is responsible or which insurance policies apply. Before giving a recorded statement, make sure you understand who's asking for it. Find out which insurance company that person works for, and find out whether you're actually required to provide a statement under your own insurance policy or for some other reason. And understand that what you say can affect your claim. A statement given before you know the facts can create problems that are difficult to fix later on. Second, document the scene. This can be especially important after a farming accident. If you can safely do it, take or have someone take photographs and video as soon as possible. Now, if you contact a farm accident lawyer right away, one of the first things we'll do is whether we need to send someone to the scene immediately to preserve that evidence. So you want to take pictures and video from multiple angles, photograph any vehicles, equipment, or machinery involved. Preserve any user manuals or warnings, things like that. Photograph the surrounding area. If a truck or trailer was involved, make sure you photograph the names, numbers, company markings, license plates, trailers, and other information on the truck. Pay special attention to any debris on the road, skid marks, scratches, gouges, broken equipment, what was the weather like, and anything else showing where the impact occurred and how the vehicles hit each other. Get the names and phone numbers of any witnesses. As soon as you reasonably can, write down what happened while the details are still fresh in your mind. And look around for cameras. A nearby gas station or bank may have surveillance video. A home may have a security camera. That video may not be kept very long. If it needs to be requested before someone deletes it or records over it. In a Wausau farm accident claim, video evidence can be the difference between a strong case and one that an insurance company denies outright. Third, and this is probably most important, get medical attention and follow your doctor's recommendations. I get it. Farmers want to tough it out. This isn't the time to do it. If you're hurt, get checked out. Tell your providers exactly what hurts and where it hurts. Don't exaggerate, but also don't minimize your symptoms either. If it's your neck, make sure you tell them your neck hurts. If it's your back, which part of your back and what types of activities or postures, positions make it worse. If you hit your head or are having any headaches, dizziness, memory problems, or other symptoms, make sure you tell them. Then try to follow the treatment plan. Go to your appointments. If you're referred to a specialist or given additional testing or imaging, follow up with them. If your condition changes or gets worse, tell your medical providers. If you're in therapy, complete the therapy even if you start to feel better. Delaying treatment can hurt your health, but it can also create problems with your injury claim. Insurance companies look closely at any delays in treatment. They love gaps in care or missed appointments. They'll try to use those things to argue that you weren't really hurt, or if you were, you recovered fairly quickly. Good medical care protects your health and creates that important documentation needed to prove what this injury did to your life. Farm accident cases can quickly become very complicated. There may be several vehicles, several insurance policies, maybe a trucking company, a farm business, an equipment manufacturer, or other companies whose decisions contributed to what happened. The important thing is to preserve evidence, take care of your health, and understand your rights before making decisions that can affect your future claim. If you have any questions after a farm accident in Wausau or the surrounding area, feel free to call or text the number on the screen at any time. It's a free consultation. And if you want to understand what happens next, watch the next video on the screen or pin below, where I explain the entire process of a Wisconsin personal injury claim from start to finish.